to negotiate a good lease? Okay, first of all, you want to know what the leases are going for in that area, meaning how much is it per square foot in their area, because different areas charge different prices. If you're in Atlanta, if you're in Buckhead, it's going to be a lot more expensive than if you're on the outskirts or in Camp Creek or somewhere. Now, another thing, you also want to have your school business plan. Why do you want to have that school business plan? Because if you plan on leasing this building, even if you don't show them no money, no credit, no nothing, if you hand them that 30-page business plan in a nice folder, what do you think that's going to do? It's going to impress the landlord. Not many people that's planning on renting a building hand you a business plan. It's going to let them know you're very serious, and the landlord is probably going to be more apt to do some negotiations. All right. Now, you want to let the landlord know, well, I'm going to have to go in here and do a build out for the plumbing, electrical. Even if you don't have to go in there and do a build out for plumbing and electrical, that landlord doesn't know that. You still got to go in there and do some work. You're just not going to walk right in there unless it was a previous school or something. So you got to go in there and do some work. Then you scratch your head if you're in front of them. You know, that state board, you know, it's going to take some time to get approved by that state board. I don't care if the state board is meeting next month. I don't care if the state board will approve you in 30 days. Don't let the landlord know that. When I first rented my building 25 years ago, my first school, I told them it was going to take me at least 6 months to a year to get the building ready. I got to pass state board rules. I got to pass codes. The people downtown, I already knew that the state board met every 2 to 3 months. So I knew that I was going to get approved real fast. So what happened, I got a lot of months of free rent. So now we're negotiating. Let them know that it's going to take some time. So therefore, you won't be generating any money. All right. Ask for 6 months of free rent or 12 months. The reason why you want to ask for that much, because if you don't ask, a closed mouth don't get fed. If you ask for 6 months, he's probably going to say no, or she's probably going to say no, but we'll give you 3 months. Well, it's more than zero. You ask for 12 months. They may give you 6 months. They still may give you 3 months, but at least that's better than nothing. Some free months are better than no free months. Have a handyman to go in there and walk around. Check out the HVAC unit. Make sure it's still under warranty. Because, and that's in the checklist of the business plan. For y'all that don't have the business plan, everybody on here needs the business plan. There's a 100-point checklist in the business plan telling you to check the HVAC and a lot of other stuff. Why would you check the HVAC? Okay, I'll give you a prime example. There was a guy, this has been some years back. He saw me on YouTube or whatever, so he reached out. We talked on the phone. I told him the different options we had, different programs. And I said, but you at least need the business plan. Oh, I don't need it. I got all this and that. I said, okay. Well, I guess you know, he rented a building, paid a 5-year lease. He signed for a 5-year lease. One, when they came out to inspect him, he failed the inspection. Why? Because he didn't look at his rules and regulations from the state board. He didn't meet the minimum square footage requirements. He rented a building that was 200 square feet too short. All right, that's the first thing. Second thing, the air conditioning unit wasn't working. It went out. All right. Now, he calls me back because, you know, most men are hard-headed. We're hard-headed. I mean, we are. The average man is hard-headed, a lot of testosterone, think we know everything, don't want to humble ourselves, especially when we're dealing with other men. When we need to humble ourselves and respect each other. See, if it would have been a woman, she would have handled that totally different. She would have got the business plan. She would have dotted all her I's, crossed all her T's, did her little checklist and all that. Just like when a woman goes to the grocery store, she's checking off the list. A woman to send a man to the grocery store with a pen and the list, and the man won't even check off the stuff. He'll leave it in his pocket. He'll get home. All he had to do was get 3 things: eggs, milk, and bread. Dang, I forgot them eggs. Now he gets cussed out or spoken out by his old lady or whatever. That's the typical man. He calls me back. Says nothing you can do. If you would have got that business plan, you done signed a 5-year lease. Well, what can I do? Turn into a barber shop. Well, what the HVAC unit went out. Okay, you got to buy a whole new one, a commercial one that's going to cost you $5,000 or $6,000 for the landlord. See, if you would have got the business plan, you would have had all that checked out, and you would have saw that it was out of warranty, and then you would have put that on the lease and said, hey, I want you to be responsible for the air conditioning unit because it's out of warranty. See, so it's very important. See, education is expensive, but ignorance is more expensive. Now I can go on and on and on about leases, but I just wanted to hit on some key points.